Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Of course, my name is Kent and the channel is EOS San Diego. Even though I'm not in San Diego right now, I'm in Colorado and it's starting to snow, so I won't be out here very long. But I want to talk a little bit tonight about, I guess you would call it FUD, the FUD with EOS. And I'm going to say EOS blood in the streets because there was somebody once, and I can't remember, there used to be a newsletter called Blood in the Streets, which literally said that if there wasn't blood in the streets, which means total out and out, everybody's capitulated, giving in, and the market's gone to hell, is when you should buy. That is the time to buy. Blood in the streets. When there's blood in the streets, that's time to get involved. Well, actually, I'm kind of wondering if we're reaching that point right now. I'm kind of wondering if we're reaching the point where we got blood in the streets, where it's gone to the point where everybody's just more or less deciding that EOS and cryptocurrencies are never coming back. Could be, possibility. That's the time to buy. That's when there's blood in the streets. That's the time to get involved. That's the time to get active. When I start reading stuff in the Reddit that says that Dan Larimer's leaving the project, people asking if they should sell or not, people wondering if EOS has been a failed project or not. When you read stuff like that, it's probably time to start thinking about buying. When there's blood in the streets, when everything's gone wrong, when it looks like the future is very bleak. And that's basically what you're reading right now. There's not very much positive news on EOS right now. There's not much positive news about cryptocurrencies unless you look very hard. It's very difficult to find. I mean, when I find positive stuff about EOS, positive stuff about cryptocurrencies, I read about it, I talk about it, but nobody seems to care, because the overwhelming feeling right now is that the crypto market is really, really bad and getting worse. So that's the overall feeling right now. So is there blood in the streets? Is this time? Is this as low as it's going to get? Is this as bad as it's going to get? And is it time to start accumulating? Because what happens in these kinds of times is people sell, everybody sells, and then everybody just completely bleeds out. Everybody sells, nobody wants it anymore. It's almost like nobody wants to own the token, nobody wants to own crypto, everybody wants to get out of it. And then there's a bounce, and then everybody buys back at a higher price. And that's kind of where we're at right now, I believe. We're in a phase of everybody basically thinking that they have to sell. We're in a time of depletion. We're in a time where people have to cleanse themselves. We're in a cleansing time right now. You got to cleanse yourself of your EOS, cleanse yourself of your Ethereum, cleanse yourself of your Bitcoin, cleanse yourself of all the cryptocurrencies, because the market is so bad and it seems to be getting worse. But once that happens, people cleanse themselves of all the cryptocurrencies, we've hit the bottom, and then at that point there'll be a bounce, and then it'll start to go up, and then as it goes up, people will buy back in. So they'll sell now. There'll be a period where it'll take time for something good to start happening, take time for the news to start to improve. It'll take time for things to start to be more encouraging, for a better climate to happen. There'll be a bounce. People won't buy right away, but it'll go up, and then people will start accumulating EOS, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the other cryptos, and all the altcoins, as we start to make the climb back up into a bull market. And that's just the way it works. Unfortunately, that's just the way it happens, and that's why I call this video Blood in the Streets, because I used to follow a newsletter, and I don't even know if it's around anymore, because I quit listening to it. I quit getting the newsletter way back in the 1990s. And of course, newsletters aren't that popular anymore because everything's done digitally, so we don't get newsletters. But I used to get this newsletter every month. It was a monthly newsletter, and it was called Blood in the Streets, and it used to literally talk about when to buy, and buying at the time when everything was bad. The worse it was, the more like the better it was to buy. And that's what this newsletter is about: predicting bad times to buy, predicting the very worst times to buy it, the bad times to buy it. And that's kind of where we're at now. Like I say, when you have dominating the EOS news articles or stories or posts about Dan Larimer leaving, that's probably a good time when the price is down as low as it's down 80%, I believe, 90% is what I was reading, down 80, 90%. Overall, cryptocurrencies are down enormously from where they were, way down. I didn't even know the numbers anymore. They're down so far. I don't even want to look at them. In fact, I was talking to my son the other day. I said, have you seen the local latest prices? He said, no, I don't look at it anymore. It's once it gets down to a below a certain point, I don't look at it anymore. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So literally blood in the streets. This is the time to buy. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.